Hello everybody! With the follow-up of the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp trial still ongoing, let's take a look at the top 10 Amber Heard secrets leaked after the Johnny trial. I'm your host Woody, let's get into it. Number 10. Therapist notes. As Amber Heard continues to try and defend herself despite no longer being on the stand, she said she has therapist notes that prove she was a victim of mistreatment by Johnny Depp. She revealed the information in her Tell All interview and has already started receiving backlash in regards to it. She said, "There's a binder worth of years of notes dating back to 2011, from the very beginning of my relationship, that was taken by my doctor who I was reporting the abuse to. The notes were originally not submitted into the trial as evidence, apparently due to fears of them being seen as hearsay. People on the internet seem to be accusing her of having written the notes herself. One person on the internet who claimed to be a therapist said, "I was a therapist for a decade. I worked in child protection and DV and hospitals. Therapists never write like this. We use short form notes, underheadings with lots of abbreviations and acronyms." And they're also pointing out similarities between Amber's own writing and the so-called therapist notes. Many people seeming to believe that the notes are totally fake. Number 9. 20K Airbnb. After the verdict was reached and Amber was ordered to pay $10.35 million to Depp, many people were wondering how she would be able to pay him, especially when her lawyer Elaine said in an interview that Heard definitely didn't have the means to pay it. So people were shocked when they found out where she had been staying during the trial. It was revealed that she was staying in an over $20,000 a month mansion in Virginia throughout the court proceedings. It's touted as one of the most luxurious private estates in the area, being 13,000 square feet in total and just a 25-minute drive from the courthouse. Witnesses reported seeing Heard at the property alongside her sister and daughter, as well as her entire security team. So while her net worth and her lawyer's statements make it seem like she doesn't have much to spare, she might have much more than we're aware of. Number 8. Aquaman Struggles. After Amber's reputation was all but destroyed thanks to the public's and social media's involvement in the trial, many people were left wondering if she would be dropped from the upcoming sequel to Aquaman, which had already been filmed. Amber's defenders touting this as a big point of how the trial had apparently ruined her life, and attacking those who had caused it to seem that way. Well, as it turns out, her potential removal from the sequel was not the public's fault as many would want you to think, but instead her own. Amber herself revealed that her character wasn't even originally planned to be in the sequel, but that she had fought to have her character have a large role and be featured more prominently within the script. So as much as she might try to place blame on people on the internet for bullying her and ruining her career, she may want to just switch to movies that actually want her. Number 7. Jury's opinion. One story that came out immediately after the trial was that of an apparent juror who had taken to TikTok to share their experiences of being present in the courthouse. It appears that while Amber may have felt her performance on the stand was great, even though she couldn't get any tears out, people saw right through her, and the secret's out that she's maybe not a very good actress. They said that from the very beginning, they had a feeling that something was off about Amber, and that everything she was saying just had the aura of being untrue. We all saw during the trial the way she would sniffle with dry eyes, looking towards the jury to try and gain their sympathy. But the TikTokers said that they had seen right through it, and the constant eye contact and pleading had just made them all very uncomfortable, ultimately finishing it off by saying, "Amber Heard, what a crazy woman." Even her old acting coach said that when Amber was acting, she was never able to make herself cry. Number 6. The NBC Tell All. People eagerly awaited Amber Heard's interview on NBC Dateline, where she was apparently going to reveal her side of the story. But as with everything surrounding the trial, the piece was immediately met with controversy and backlash, the majority of it coming from a small editing choice. When speaking out about people in toxic relationships, she said that they, referring to people in toxic relationships, don't have the resources you or I do, explicitly excluding herself from the group of people in bad relationships. They obviously realized their mistake, as when it was released, they edited this out, and they didn't get away with it. People said things like, #Amber Heard's new interview is exactly why the trial needed to be televised live and unedited. The full Dateline interview actually edited out the slip-up about the resources she has that DV victims don't." Another fact about the interview was that she had received all the questions beforehand and had been allowed to make any editing notes to help portray their narrative. Number 5. Using Johnny's children. With the trial finished and no onslaught of new information coming out every day, people were finally able to look back over the previous days and really dissect what had been said in the trial, and even what happened in the years leading up to it. One thing that many people realized and chose to call Amber out for was her apparent manipulation of Johnny's children, and how it seemed that she had purposefully used them against him. She would often criticize Johnny's abilities as a father, saying that they needed to be raised by a real man, and as a result, the children should be raised by their stepfather instead of him. Johnny has constantly made statements about how he tries to do everything for his kids, and said that his main reason for pursuing the trial was for his children, so this had to have been a big emotional hit for him. She also used the children often in the trial against him, claiming that she had been standing up to Johnny in defense of the children, but a lot of people see this as just having been a planned move by Amber. Number 4. Moving on. During and since the trial, Amber stated many times that she always just wanted to move on from the situation and never wanted any of it to go public. Well, secret's out, Amber. It was revealed in one of her writings that she had often threatened Johnny with a large media fiasco and constantly held the chance of things going public over his head throughout their relationship. She also constantly mocked, teased, and called him out over the years after their divorce, people citing social media posts which they believe were clearly in reference to Johnny Depp. Well, it seems like she definitely got her karma, as her threats to go public came very true, and it all turned out very bad for her. The cyberbullying and hatred that she has received online seems to just come as an unfortunate result of her getting what she wanted, that being the world knowing the truth. Number 3. Secret notebook. It seems more secrets could be coming out thanks to one trial viewer's so-called secret notebook that they auctioned online. They had a notebook that they wrote in from days 23 to 26 of the trial, which wrote down everything from jury reactions, Johnny's interactions with his lawyers, and even Amber's actions within the courtroom. The notebook seems to have sold for a whopping $14,000, with all the profits being said to be donated to a children's hospital. Let's just hope they mean donated and not pledged. As cameras can only show us so much, these writings may give us an insight into Amber and her actions throughout the trial that we outside were unable to see, though we may never find out, as the sale of the notebook came with the stipulation that it could not be photocopied or reproduced in any way. So we just have to wait and see if the buyer feels like sharing the contents with us. Number 2. Donation. One massive bombshell that actually came during the trial was that of Amber Heard's quote-unquote pledge to the ACLU. When Amber received $7 million from her divorce from Depp, she pledged to split the money between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital Los Angeles, saying that she would split the payments up over a few years. Up until the trial, they had only received around $1.3 million in separate installments, $100,000 of that actually coming from Johnny, and $500,000 coming from a separate account that many people believe to have been controlled by Elon Musk, whom Amber Heard had dated after she split from Johnny. So despite saying she had donated the money, she was lying through her teeth the whole time, attempting to defend herself by saying that she used the word pledge and donate synonymously. Well, you'd be the only one to do so, Amber. This was a massive part of the trial, as it called into question just how many other things Amber might be trying to hide. Secrets out, Amber, you're not so great at keeping secrets. Number 1. Bruises. One main point of the trial was when Amber Heard testified to having had bruises and injuries as a result of Johnny Depp, many people accusing her of having used makeup in order to create the illusion, but she strongly testified against this, until she didn't. Her even accidentally referring to the makeup kit she used to quote-unquote cover the bruises as a bruise kit. Many people took to social media, and more specifically TikTok, in order to break down what she had been saying and expose her for lying. First coming for the method she described having used to cover up the bruises, which was entirely incorrect and out of order. But the final nail in the coffin of this lie came when people looked at photos, which showed the supposed makeup palette she had referenced using. People were able to find the exact palette that she had been using, which is literally sold as and called a theater bruise and abrasion kit. Looks like the lying cat's out of the bag on that one. Thank you guys for watching. That was 10 Amber Heard secrets leaked after the Johnny trial. I've been Woody and you've been amazing. Join us next time for more.